Welcome to Weird Sports Facts. I'm Will Haupert.
And I'm Ethan Storey.
This is a show where we talk about sports facts that interest us and we feel like other people will want to know as well.
While it's widely known that the winners of the Super Bowl get a ring, the referees also do, Will.
So the referees would get a Bucks ring?
Yes, they would.
And so that basically puts them in the same company as Tom Brady.
Yeah. Do you think, how many rings do you think that you can get as a referee?
Well, as many as there are in a Super Bowl, it'd be interesting to know which referee has been the most Super Bowls, because we say Tom Brady's the GOAT because he has 7, but
Maybe there's a GOAT with, like, the referee.
Yeah, and the referees, it's a win-win because guess what? They always get a ring.
Indeed.
You might think that baseball games are long, but actually the playing time is pretty short. The playing time is short. It's only 20 minutes.
Only 20 minutes.
Only 20 minutes of action in a Major League Baseball game. How many minutes of action are you getting in an NFL game?
About an hour, 2 hours.
Exactly, and then you're only getting 20 minutes in a baseball game.
You're getting ripped off.
You are getting ripped off. You're paying, how much are you paying to go to a baseball game? Maybe $30, depending on the team.
Yeah.
And you only get 20 minutes of action.
Terrible, Will.
That's terrible.
I'd rather go outside and go play baseball with my friends.
Now, I love baseball, but yeah, I agree. You can't, I don't know, baseball is secretly ripping people off, and that's interesting. In 1943, while World War II was going on, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers combined to form one team because so many of their players were being recruited for the war at the time. They were known as the Steagles. But the year after, the Steelers combined with the Chicago Cardinals to form a Steelers-Cardinals team.
So 2 years back-to-back, they can join 2 teams?
Yeah. It's probably because of the war, and I wonder how fans took that. Because we weren't around back then, obviously. See that?
It would be interesting. Do you think that the teams had, like, rivalries, like, rivals against each other, and, like, they kind of had to learn to, like each other a little bit?
I would guess so. I would guess it was probably like the end today. And what teams would you want to see today combined? What 2 NFL teams would you like to see combined?
Maybe, like, the Browns and the Steelers.
Browns and the Steelers?
Yeah.
2 rivals?
Yeah.
I wonder if that was how it was.
Mm-hmm. Or Browns and Cincinnati, because they're so close to each other.
Two
yeah.
Ohio teams going together. Who would be quarterback?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker?
Yeah, just Joe Burrow has him.
Trade Joe Burrow?
Yeah, trade
Joe Burrow would go off to the war, right?
Yeah, and in that time, Joe Burrow would go off to the war. When one watches a Major League Baseball game, all the balls look brand new and first introduced into the field. However, for the past 75 years, all the balls have been whipped out of the mud from secret locations around the Delaware River.
So balls, basically, what you're saying, they have been they've been wiped down in the Delaware River, and then they get taken to baseball, like to play in a Major League Baseball game. So that's interesting. So you think they do that with footballs?
That would be interesting, maybe. But, like, why do they do that? Like,
probably. So here's my thought. Usually, the more and more you use it, like, so when you first get a baseball, it'll go far. But if you kind of use it for just a little bit, then it gets kind of better, like more.
It's kind of like a baseball glove. You gotta beat it in a little bit.
Yep, you gotta beat it in.
You gotta be nice and firm for.
So I wonder if they do that in other sports. Maybe a tennis ball.
Maybe a hockey puck?
Maybe a hockey puck. They use it before matches. That's interesting.
It seems like everyone in the United States loves to participate in making brackets for March Madness, but no one has ever made a perfect bracket. There's a 1 in 9.2 million chance of filling out a perfect bracket, and that's 9 of 18 zeros behind of it.
So quintillion, 1 in 9.2 quintillion. That's a lot.
That is a lot
of zeros.
That's too many zeros, Will.
So you've made a March Madness bracket, haven't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you happy when you get maybe let's say 5 teams right in just one round?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm thrilled because I'm usually terrible at it. And the fact that nobody's ever done it is crazy. And how many years have they been doing that? They've been doing that for so many years. And it's crazy that no one's ever had a perfect bracket.
Yeah.
So obviously you start out with 64 teams and then you keep making
them down.
Yeah, lowering them down. And there's always that one Cinderella team
that magically makes it.
I remember in 2017 it was Loyola Chicago. They were just a small school in Chicago, and they made it to the Final Four.
Would you place your bets on them making it?
I would not have. Nope,
No.
I wouldn't have put a dime
I don't
on
think
it.
anybody did.
Yeah, but it's still a good story. Did you know that Pittsburgh is the only major city that has all of their major league teams all have the same color? So you've got, who do you have? You got the Pirates,
The Penguins,
and the Steelers. And what are all their colors?
yellow, gold, and black.
Yeah, yellow, gold, and black, which is interesting. I like that concept.
That is a nice concept.
So that'd be like, let's say, our high school and middle school, right? DeKalb.
Yeah.
We have the same
Black,
same
white,
colors.
and red.
It's not the same, but it's kind of cool. Like when you think
Yeah.
Auburn, you think black and red, don't you?
Exactly.
That's kind of cool.
Do you think any, like, say like the Falcons, for instance, like the Georgia like Bulldogs and the Falcons, like their color scheme is matched up very well. Do you think that they try to like brand off of each other or like kind of like run the same color scheme?
Maybe because they're both football teams. They probably do something similar. And then you have the Braves, who are just kind of an oddball because they're Navy. They still got red, but they're Navy. And yeah, it's just funny to see. You know when Georgia team's in it, they're probably gonna choke. But boy,
we don't have to go there.
It's good to see that red and black.
Indeed, it is. All the umpires of a Major League Baseball game have to wear black underwear so no one notices that they rip their pants during a game.
So, like the home plate umpire,
Yep.
he's squatting down, he rips his pants, but then he's all good.
I wonder how many umpires rip their pants during a baseball game.
That'd be interesting because you got like four umpires every game,
Yeah, about.
and then there's 162 games, plus the postseason. You gotta imagine somebody's
that's a
ripping their
lot.
pants.
There's going to be something I'm looking just little details might be able to give that away.
Yeah, and like, you got fans everywhere, you got TV, and usually fans will see that stuff, which is interesting.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know if I would feel comfortable, even though I'm wearing black underwear, if that would happen.
yeah, you just kind of, and then what do the players do at that point? The players kind of make fun of you?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
That's interesting. The well-known logo of the National Basketball Association is Jerry West, who played for the Los Angeles Lakers and is now in the Hall of Fame. So, like, Major League Baseball, you've got the guy batting. In basketball, you got the guy jumping. And in football, what's football? Does football have one?
No, I don't.
The Heisman has one. It's that one.
I think it's a stiff arm. I think it's a guy running with the football, and he's like
The
stiff arm.
Heisman?
Yeah, I think it is.
So that's kind of the same, isn't it?
Somewhere.
So it's interesting that they choose that two of the major sports choose players.
Yeah,
You like that idea?
it's a great idea. I really do like that idea. It's just I like how creative they are with like the statues and everything, like how like they create it. Just like but I also think that football goes a little more in depth in it because like you have the Buckus Award, you have the Heisman Award, and there's just so many more awards that are given.
Mm-hmm.
Major League Baseball players hit the ball so hard that the baseball can only use for about 6 pitches.
So you can only use baseball for 6 pitches?
Yeah.
So just 1, 2,
Two.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
gone.
And by then, you ever seen like a baseball implode on impact when it hits with the bat?
I have.
Yeah.
I've seen it before, actually in a Little League game before too, which is interesting.
Really?
It's because baseball is, I don't know, you gotta hit it perfectly if you want to like
Obliterate it?
Yeah, you gotta hit it in the perfect spot. But so what do you think happens to the baseballs? Where do you think most of them go?
Maybe.
Because you got the foul balls, right?
Yeah.
You got. Then I don't know where they go. I know sometimes they like kind of just toss them away. And at that point, why don't you give it to the fan?
I would.
But sometimes they don't give it to the fan, and that confuses me.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, fans would fight over it. You know what I mean?
They do fight
Yeah.
over it.
You ever seen a foul ball going to the crowds? They're wrestling for it over there, and normally security has to come take care of it.
And that's part of the reason why I love baseball, because like in football, unless like a kick goes wide left, you're not getting a souvenir unless the players give it to you.
Yeah.
But in baseball, there's foul balls, there's balls going everywhere. And how many balls is that? You got 162 games, you got ball going out every 6 pitches, 15 games each day. Oh, that's interesting.
I wonder if you found like the worst player on a team and you calculated like where his foul ball percentage goes every single time, just sat right there, how many foul balls you would get.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You could probably rack up a lot.
You could probably rack up a lot. After this commercial break, we'll be talking about the Olympics, so stay tuned.
And I can't change, even if I try, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Love is kind. Love is patient.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Hi, welcome back to Weird Sports Facts. I'm Ethan Storey, and this is Will Haupert. And now, here's a little fact about the Olympics. Everybody wonder why the Olympics rings are red, green, yellow, blue, and black. It's because every flag in the world has at least one of those colors.
So you're thinking a lot of countries compete in the Olympics, and I feel like that, especially in a time like we are today, having something from every country, that every country can feel connected and play some.
Feel united a bit.
Yeah, feel united, play some games, obviously dominate other countries.
Yeah.
It always feels good.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, countries have a little bit of a rivalry. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure we have a little bit of, if Canada beat us, I'm sure we'd have a little bit of rivalry.
I'm pretty sure Canada can only beat us in hockey.
Hockey.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's funny. Did you know that Brett Favre has a legendary quarterback because he completed so many achievements during his career? However, there's one achievement that stands above them all. He had the most fumbles ever, and the most interceptions ever, and the most postseason losses, and has been sacked more than any other quarterback. So really, it all evens out to make him just all right, not legendary.
That's a lot. That's a lot to take, Will.
I could understand if it was just for one little thing, like most fumbles, most interceptions, most postseason losses, and been sacked more than anybody ever.
I don't think anybody in today's age can come close to that.
So when you think of Brett Favre, what do you think of? You think of a good quarterback, right?
Yeah, I
you
would,
think of a legendary
yeah.
quarterback, maybe a top 10 quarterback of all time?
Maybe. I wouldn't go that far.
So arguably.
Arguably, yeah.
All right, but seeing that, now do you think he's a top 10 quarterback of all time?
No.
No, I agree. I completely agree. And, you know, I wonder, because Tom Brady's been playing so long that you wonder if Tom Brady will ever catch up to him, because most postseason losses, Tom Brady's playing so many postseason games, it's ridiculous.
But he's performing very
He's
well.
performing very, very well.
Extremely well.
So I wonder if Tom Brady will catch him in some of those.
What college did Brett Favre go to?
I do not know.
I wonder if that impacts on how he plays, how he played.
How he played, maybe the coaching a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. In 1940, while Luke Appling was playing for the Chicago White Sox. He somehow fouled 24 pitches during just one time at bat.
24 pitches?
24 pitches.
And those balls aren't coming in slow. And, like, I maybe foul off a ball maybe once every at bat. Foul 24 in a row?
That's crazy.
Eventually you walk to first?
Eventually.
That's impressive. So, it's 3-2 count. The announcer's like, all right, here's the 3-2. Foul ball.
That would be embarrassing.
All right, here's the 3-2. Foul ball. 3-2. Foul ball. Another foul ball. That's funny.
24 times.
24 times.
You think his teammates wrote him about it?
I bet they would. That's something, if I had that record, I would be proud of it. Because obviously, probably nobody's heard of Luke Appling. So to have a fact named after him, that's interesting. And I wonder how the audience feels about that he fouled off 24 pitches in a row.
Do you think any people in the crowd were able to get any of them foul balls?
I bet they were. That's 24 balls.
I wonder if they all went in the same direction.
I wonder if they did, because, usually you guys' swing is the same. So I wonder if the balls went the same direction.
I wonder how frustrated he got. Did he just throw his bat and just walk?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
He was probably like, oh my gosh, keep fouling them off. So that also takes us back to our fact before the break. Major League Baseball lasts 1 every 6 pitches. After 6 pitches is gone,
Yeah.
that was 24 pitches.
Wow. He went through a lot of balls there.
He went through a lot of balls. That's like a case of balls. And that's expensive.
How many do they keep, on hand?
A lot.
I wonder if they had to go back and get more just for him. Had to go into the dugout and get some.
Yeah, they probably had to get some more balls. Yep.
Yeah.
Did you know that Huey Jennings holds the record for being hit most times by a baseball pitch? Before retiring in 1918, he was hit 287 times.
287.
287.
Do you think that has to do with anything of his retirement?
I would say it played into a factor. So there's a guy today, Anthony Rizzo, plays for the Cubs. He is chasing that because part of the reason is you've got the plate. And, the pitchers are aiming for that plate. But some guys just stand right on it. They get as close to the plate as they can without it being illegal. And then that's how they get hit so much, because it just takes one little mistake to get hit.
Now, is that their fault for standing on the plate so much?
I think it's partially their fault. Sometimes they get thrown out intentionally.
Yeah.
And that was in 1918, so they were barely, I'm not even
Barely
sure
covered.
they were,
I
they
don't
were
think they were
barely
in
covered.
helmets.
Yeah, and the jerseys probably weren't that high quality, and they weren't probably safe. So that probably hurt a lot. A lot of bruises right there. Did you know the hockey player Ty Domi of the Toronto Maple Leafs fought in 333 different fights? That's at least 1,665 minutes in the penalty box.
That is shocking.
You got to be pretty angry to do that.
You got to be extremely angry for that to happen.
I
wonder if he went out seeking for a fight.
That is very interesting. The Happy Gilmore fight scene with the hockey, and most entertaining part of hockey is the fights.
Yeah, kind of like with lacrosse too. I don't watch lacrosse or hockey for the fun of it. I just like watching people collide or things like that. And in hockey, they let them fight it out.
They let them fight it out. They do.
They take off the
Especially
gloves
back
and
then.
they start punching each other.
So, how do you feel like spending over 1,600 minutes in a penalty box?
I don't think I would like that, Will.
That would be pretty boring.
That would be pretty boring.
But at least he has a record.
Yeah.
We'll talk about him today.
Something to hold for it.
And I wonder how he kept getting on teams after getting in so many fights.
Yeah.
I guess people wouldn't mess with him. I wouldn't mess with him.
Neither would I.
Before the NHL introduced the concept of helmets, Eddie Shore, who played for the Boston Bruins, had the record for the most scars on his head. He had 19 different scars on his head and over 600 stitches in his body at some point. The worst part was that he didn't even play goalie.
That is terrible.
So shout out to our hockey fans.
Yeah.
Give us some hockey love. But oh my gosh, you think about football? What about hockey?
Ooh, no. That would be terrible, Will. And he's not even goalie.
He's not even goalie.
So he's just out there just roughing up on people.
I wonder if Eddie Shore and the dude that fought a ton, I wonder if those two ever collided. And then,
Them 600 stitches.
yeah, and then that probably caused some of the stitches. After the commercial break, we'll be talking about the Olympics and Tom Holland, so stay tuned for that.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day. He's an incredible companion and my best friend.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, it's gonna be cool.
When I retired from the Navy, I found myself on a void in my life that had been filled by the people that I served with. Tommy really brought an important factor to my life. I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes now that have just begun under a purple sun. There's many reasons we are what we've become. I'm going through changes now. Things could be different, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to Weird Sports Facts. This is Ethan Storey and I'm Haupert, and now another fact about the Olympics. In a 2008 Olympic qualifier game, the Slovakian women's hockey team beat the Bulgarian team 82-0. Needless to say, Bulgaria did not win a gold medal that year.
82-0.
82-0 in any sport is a lot. But in hockey, you're only scoring one goal at a time.
That is, wow.
I would love to watch that.
That would be very interesting.
You think about all high scoring stuff. We love high scoring. We love high action, high football games, high baseball games, high hockey games. And 82-0. Well, it would actually really stink to be a Bulgaria fan at that point.
Yeah.
And yeah, they obviously didn't win a gold medal that year.
Do you think they just stopped watching hockey after that? Just gonna bear themselves.
I wonder if Bulgaria got a little made fun of after that.
Yeah. Have they won any since?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
But they lost 82-0.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't put my hopes on it.
I wouldn't put my hopes on it either.
Tom Holland's stump double for Spider-Man Homecoming holds the record for the longest distance ran sideways along a wall in 2012. He ran almost 12 feet along the side of a building.
So Amadeo Wieland, Tom Holland's stunt double, ran on the side of a building for 12 feet?
12 feet.
How do you do that?
Leverage?
I
don't know.
I guess gravity just doesn't work on that.
Define him.
So you're running on. I don't even think I've ever seen someone run across a wall.
Now we do. Not even like the show like American Ninja Warrior.
Yep.
Like they do like running up the wall. But I don't know if I could run like vertically on the wall. Like that would be.
Do you think there's an athlete that could do that today?
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones?
Oh yeah. I feel like Julio Jones could do it.
Why is that? Good footwork?
Yeah, very good footwork.
Good kind of balance. I'm sure you have to have great balance to do that.
I wonder how tall he is.
Yeah, I wonder how. Yeah, that stunt double.
I wonder if he's short, his low center of gravity would help him.
Would being short be more effective?
It might. Then that might change my perspective of who could do it.
Maybe Baker Mayfield.
Maybe Baker Mayfield. Maybe Nick Chubb.
Maybe Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray would be my pick. I don't know.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson.
You probably got to have speed to do that.
Yeah,
as well.
that's what I'm saying.
You know, I might try that later, Storey.
Yeah?
I might try that in the hall later.
I say we record it and we put it up here for the people.
I agree. In
Oh.
2014, Kenichi Ido from Japan broke the record for the fastest person on all fours. He ran 100 meters in just 15.7 seconds on his feet and hands. How long is 100 meters?
Too long to be running on all fours, Will.
Can you compare that to, can you compare it some for the audience?
Like, 100 meters, that's
a football field.
Yeah, that's terrible. Why would you do that?
And that's like bear crawling?
Yes, that is bear crawl. I hate bear crawl. Do you like bear crawls?
I don't mind bear crawls, but I don't know if I could do it for 100 meters.
No, that would be outrageous.
15.7 seconds.
And 100 meters.
So like a 4-yard dash time is what? Four seconds?
Yeah, 4.
So, and then you add on 2.5 of it, like you double that, and then you add on a half of that. And then you get like 4.2, which would be like 12.
Yeah.
Not 12, like a little over 10 seconds.
For some reason, when you think about it, if you add 2 more legs into the equation, do you think you would be faster?
Was that just a dog at that point?
I think so. I think that's just, I'm lost for words on this one, Will.
Because I get your reasoning. You're probably faster on all fours than you are on 2 feet.
Yeah. Because like take a dog, for instance, like he was like portraying. Like a dog's faster on all fours.
Yeah.
But that's just great.
Dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
that is crazy. I don't know. That'd be another factor. I just love to have it just to tell people. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's another thing we can have you go try, Will.
That's right.
Yeah. In 1919, during the 9th inning of the game, the Cleveland Indians pitched Ray Callaway was struck by lightning. He was just shrugged it off and completed the game.
Struck by lightning?
Struck by lightning.
How do you do that? Don't they stop Major League Baseball games for, you stop any sport for
game,
lightning.
They would stop it.
Even indoor games, don't they? If there's like lightning?
Yeah, because you're in a big metal building.
Yeah. And then
he got struck by lightning.
He got struck, the pitcher who does most of the action in a game.
Do you think it enhances pitching ability at all?
Well, I wonder. Well, he completed the game.
Yeah.
I wonder what. It was the 9th inning. So then I don't know. I hope he got the win.
Yeah,
that's all
so
I
do
hope.
I.
I hope it was worth it.
I hope he was good too.
I hope he was too.
The largest bowling alley is located in Japan. It has 116 lanes.
Talk about 100 meters. 116 bowling lanes. That's a big facility.
Do you go bowling, Will?
Occasionally.
How many lanes are in a normal bowling alley?
I would say around 20.
25? And then times that by God knows how much?
5?
Yeah, 5, 6. That's crazy.
That is crazy. And I wonder how popular it is.
I'm sure they bring in a lot of people because you can have a lot of people when you have 116 lanes.
Well, even during COVID, that is good for COVID. Because, COVID, you kind of got, more spaced out. You have somebody every other lane.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how many bowling balls they have in that.
Ooh, you probably spend a lot of money.
You would
spend a lot of money on that.
And pins even, too.
I bet you then that bowling is a popular sport in Japan.
It might be.
Bowling's probably like our football.
Mm-hmm.
Shaquille O'Neal earned his place in the NBA Hall of Fame, but not for his free throws. Over his entire career, he missed 5,317 free throws.
5,000.
5,000. I get it. I'm not even a good basketball player in general, but to miss that many free throws, and you're still talking about it as a top 10 player all time.
Was he trying?
I don't know. He misses a shot. He just grabs a rebound, dunks it.
That is incredible.
That is crazy.
Will.
That is crazy.
I don't understand how you could bear with that record.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, remember, knowledge is power.
Weird or not.
We'll see you next time on WSF.
Weird Sports Facts.